Welcome to part 7 of the Venusian Vengeance commentary. This is the second jungle level, the Valley of the Bombbirds, where I introduce bombbirds. They are birds that drop bombs. They are similar in a way to the archway enemies in that you can't actually hit them because they're flying up in the air. They can just drop things down on you, in this case, bombs. This level, I'm gonna be honest, this level is the one that I was never quite happy with. I got it to a point where I was more or less okay with it, but it was never my favorite level. I always felt it was a bit too jumbled and chaotic. I think part of that is I think I stuck too much to a theme in terms of the art for the enemies, where they were all red with sort of whitish external bone structures, which means that you see a lot of red and tan on the screen, but often it's hard to tell them apart, which becomes a big trouble with these enemies that you can't actually hit and which drop bombs down on you, which are also red, which is a bit of a problem. But I think this level can be kind of fun just because of all the danger and chaos going on, but a lot of the times it can become a bit overwhelming, which is something I generally try to avoid. I want to build, like I said before, I want to build to a certain level of chaos, a certain so many things happening on the screen that you have to take into account, but I also want it all to be very readable to the player, which I'm just not sure I pulled off as well as I would have liked to in this level, although I think I did it to a certain degree. But a lot of this is recapping stuff from the previous level, so I have these rooms that have various layouts of mushrooms and enemies coming in from the side. You have bears, you have the little dart snakes, you have crawlers, you have bombbirds. I generally oh yeah, and you have these things, the dashing pincer enemies. And here we also get back something from the second level, which are these big old lakes of acid pools, which kind of split the level down the middle, although not quite as distinctly as in that river area, because you can, if you so wish, you could break through here, which will make it so you don't have to fight that bear, but you do have to fight this pincer monster, and you have to fight that bear, which you would have had to do anyway. And I think at some point there's a weapon you can reach by going across at a special place, but I'm not sure when that is. So here what I did was I was tightening up the space you could move in more and more, so that it became harder and harder to avoid the bombs, and then that leads to another stopped screen where you have a mix of enemies and an interesting, or at least I think interesting, layout of mushrooms that you have to navigate around. And here's some bombbirds and a pincer monster. So one of your first instincts might be to shoot through the mushrooms just to get through more quickly, but then the bears come more quickly because they don't have to stop at the mushrooms. Similar case here. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Alright. And we come to the boss of the alien area, which is a big claw monster, which is another thing I had in my mind since very early on working in the game. This was actually originally going to be one of the first bosses in the game, but I eventually decided against that and put it here since it fit more in the jungle area, since there was more of an alien theme there. And here's another one where the mushrooms come in really handy because you can kind of avoid the you can stop the boss in its tracks by hiding behind mushrooms and then moving out of the way when it attacks again. And it speeds up as you hit it. One of the things I tried to do in the game is there's no health indicators on the bosses, damn it, but they become harder as you fight them in most cases, so you kind of have a sense that you're damaging them because they're getting more angry. So you know you're getting close to beating them when they start getting really fast and running around. So I wanted to have a bit of tension by not showing the health, but also wanted to give you an impression of how much damage you had dealt them. This is one of the harder bosses in the game. Damn it. As you can see. Come on. Come on. Okay. Whew. And that leads us to the cave level. And I'll see you next time.